Well, hi there, dudes and dudettes. How are you today? I am Bahama, coming to you from, where do you think I'm coming from? Can you guess? Can you guess? That's right. Let's say it together. I'm coming from Reno. Aha, you thought I was going to say Bahamas. Nope. Coming to you from my backyard. And today, we're going to learn a little bit about the Smithsonian Ocean. It's a really cool book that the Smithsonian put out. It's a visual about the ocean. It has some really cool pictures in there. So, are you ready to dive in? All right, let's go. Let me get to my page here first. Just give me 1 second. All right, so the first thing, let's take a look at the atlas of the oceans. Can you guess how many oceans there are? How many do you think there are? Hold up your hand so I can see. How many oceans do you think there are? If you don't know, maybe turn to your parents and ask. Okay, keep that number in mind because we're going to learn here in just a minute. All right, so oceans of the world. More than 2/3 of the Earth's surface is covered by seawater. Most of the water lies in 5 deep oceans. 5. All right, now let's see if you can name those oceans. Can you name them? I hear some of you trying. All right, let's do it together. Ready? There's the Arctic, the Atlantic, the Indian, the Pacific, and the Southern Oceans. Those are the 5 main big oceans. Pretty cool, huh? Which one do we live near? Do you know that one? Maybe ask your parents if they know. Put them to the test, right? Yeah. All right. We live closest to the Pacific Ocean. We are on the Pacific Ocean. There are also several seas that are almost entirely surrounded by land, such as the Mediterranean and the Red Sea. Within this vast expanse of water lies an amazing variety of life. So the ocean sizes. There are 5 oceans connected to one another and range in sizes from the Arctic Ocean, which is just a little tiny, if you can see this pie right here, this big old pie represents all of the oceans, and the Arctic Ocean makes up only 4%, that tiny little blue sliver right there, 4%, pretty cool. And then the biggest is where we live, which is the Pacific. And the Pacific makes up 47% of all of the oceans. So if you can see this, those are all of the oceans connected together. That's pretty cool. So the world basically is water. Let's learn about the Pacific. The Pacific is the biggest and deepest ocean, stretching nearly halfway around the world, and it's at its widest point. It was once even broader, but is steadily shrinking as the Atlantic gets wider. It is dotted with volcanic islands and submerged seamounts, and its ocean floor is scarred by deep trenches that include the lowest point on Earth. So if you can see that, can you point to where you think the Pacific Ocean is? Where does the Pacific Ocean lie? Can you guess? That's right, boys and girls. It lies right there. There's the Pacific Ocean. That's us. It goes here and all over here. Pretty cool. All right, let's learn about one more thing. How about the blue planet? How were oceans formed? Do you know how oceans were formed? Let's find out. An ocean is just is not just a big hollow filled with salty water. Its floor is made of special type of rock that forms in gaps where Earth's crust has been dragged apart by forces with the planet. This rock is the cool, brittle shell of the deep, hot mantle that lies below. So this is what they're talking about right here. They're talking about this part. Hot mantle, or what else is another name for it, do you think? Lava. When it comes up, that's lava. Right. You guys are pretty smart. The continents are thicker slabs of lighter rock that float on the mantle like rafts. So basically, we're just floating on this stuff and we don't even know it. That is pretty cool. So it talks a little bit about moving plates, floating rock. Oh, and this one's pretty cool. This picture right here is showing you about the layers of the earth. So let's see if I can get this in here real quick for you. Layers of the earth. Earth's layer. So at the very center, that bright yellow spot right there, it looks like the sun. That's the mantle core. And then the red part right here on the outer shell, that's the rocky mantle. That's where all the rocks are. And then you can't really see it, but there's a thin, real thin layer right there all the way around. That's the thin outer crust. Alright, and so it's talking about in the book when the crust splits. Can you see that split right there? That's where all the volcanoes happen. That's how mountains occur. There's all sorts of things that happen when those plates come together. All right, boys and girls, that is your ocean encyclopedia live version today. All right, we will see you later. Remember, help your parents out and be safe. Hasta